been a fan of Alina's for a little while, and I've been using her presets that she created for Lightroom for several years ago. And she asked me to test out her profile using the same types of preset settings that she created for us. And I was more than eager to try this out because I've been seeing Imagine and wondered what it was like to use it and how good it really was. And so here we go. Um, I'm going to just tell it to use to edit. I'm still learning how this program works, so bear with me. But I did mostly weddings, and I created a separate catalog for this purpose right here. And obviously, because they're all flagged from pulling them in from other catalogs and everything, I'm not worried about any of these other settings, which will be very cool because I do use the flag status when I'm doing my normal workflow, and that's the ones I do edit. So I'm really curious to see how that would work later on. So, anyways, I'm just going to do it to straighten because I'm curious to see how well the straightening works because it's not always great in Lightroom as it is, and I'm very picky about my straightening. So, I don't want to crop because that's kind of a subjective thing for me, and this is hard enough relinquishing control. So, I've told it to use the catalog that I've got for Alina's test here. So it says 100 photos. It's really 50 with virtual copies of each. Long story I'm not going into. So here we go. It auto named it for me, which is fine. I've told it where to find the catalog, what profile it's using, which is Alina's here. And I'm going to hit upload. So here we go. Okay. And now it's recognizing that I only have 50 photos. And while I might not have the best internet in the world, for it to say less than 30 seconds for 50 pictures, that is insane. And I'm excited. So, all right. Decompresses your photos. Okay. Sounds good. It says completed. I've uploaded 50 photos. And okay. It looks like I'm done with what's working in the uploader. And I know there's one here, and as I learned doing this one, my screen recording didn't record. So I just want to see how long it takes for this process to actually happen here, because I noticed here it says I can download to review, and I'm waiting for it to happen on this latest attempt here. And if this works as well as I'm hoping, this will definitely save a lot of tedious time sitting at the computer editing in Lightroom. And I know for me, I tend to spend several hours doing this, and I'll come back multiple times in different times of day just to make sure that my eyes aren't playing tricks on me and that I'm absolutely happy with my client's photos. So bear with me while we're waiting on this. I'm hoping it doesn't take too much longer because nobody likes to just sit and wait. Awesome. Well, that didn't really take that long considering. All right, so I'm going to hit download to review on this top one because that's the one we just did. It's recognizing where the catalog was, and that is good. I don't need to do any filters. Okay, that looks good, I guess. I don't know. So let's download the edits. Okay, download any previous attempts. Okay, that's fine. All right, open my catalog. Okay, so everything pulled up into my catalog beautifully. It seriously, I just opened my catalog and everything was where it said it was going to be. I didn't have to find files, I didn't have to sync anything. It was just there. So that was really, really cool. So I wanted to kind of talk through a little bit of what I've done here. So on the left, you are going to see the ImagenAI editing that was done. And then on the right is going to be the edit I did in Lightroom using Alina's original presets that she has. So each time I show you a new image, I'll tell you which preset I was using. So for this first one, I actually used Sunny Days, we were in between clouds and sun, and I thought it was very appropriate. But as you can see, the edits are very, very similar. And now that I will think about it, I kind of like the one on the left better than I do the right. But I was editing blindly, so I wasn't able to compare while I edited because I wanted to get the true feel of how I would edit with Alina's presets because I thought that made the most sense to share with you guys. So again, this one is the sunny days. Something I do want to point out is that if you guys use enable lens profile corrections to help with the distortion from lenses, it did not pull in for me, but I know it's because my lenses don't like to pull in automatically. I actually had to create presets to tell my computer to do that. So I don't know if that's something that Imagine does or not, but something to kind of watch out for just in case. So for the second image here that I wanted to show you guys, this is from the same wedding as the first image, but instead of being outside, clearly we are indoors. And I wanted to share a little bit of how differently this turned out. This used the Sweet Details preset on the right as opposed to the Imagine AI edit on the left. And again, very, very consistent and still very, very beautiful. So you can't go wrong no matter what you do. And again, Imagine always allows you to do some tweaks and final adjustments to get it perfect because it's not going to be perfect every time. So this next image that I'm showing you, I wanted to shake it up a little bit and do something completely different from Alina's normal style and share what it does with some night photos using sparklers because if you're a wedding photographer, you probably have done or will do sparkler photos. So I didn't really see a whole lot of change between the original photo and the Imagine AI edit. So I ended up doing this one on the right here using cloudy days because it helps to really lighten the shadows and not break out the highlights and blow them out at the same time. And I thought that one just worked a little bit better than the Imagine profile. But I do know that, again, you can resync your images to Imagine and it learns how you edit. So it could learn how to get my sparkler night shots closer to what I would love to have. This next image here is from a different wedding and it falls in line with what Alina usually shoots in terms of her style and obviously as well as her editing. So the edit here looks beautiful on the Imagine side. The only thing I wanted to do differently was just add a little bit of haze control on the guys, which I found I did manually because I'm picky about what gets masked and this way I could have final control over it. So other than the masking, I think both edits look great. I ended up using the Sunny Days preset on the one on the right. So you can see that beautiful contrast that Alina's preset has, and it just looks great with this image. The next image I'm going to show you here is from a detail shot of a wedding. The only thing I really liked differently between the AI edit and the preset that I used for this one, which was the soft shadows, was just a little bit brighter, especially in the shadows with that gorgeous sapphire. And then I added a little bit of a dehaze linear gradient at the bottom to help bring out some of those details that were starting to get lost. This final image here is another one of those beautiful edits straight out of the bat from Imagine. When I edited the last image here using the Summer Days preset, got a little bit more of that contrast, but otherwise both images are absolutely gorgeous and made it so you could see both images side by side. And I just wanted to quickly scroll through the test images that I did, and so you can see how consistent overall everything is from the Imagine edit to even my edit for the most part, except for the sparkler photos as we talked about. But otherwise, the colors are great, the contrast, it's just all beautiful. And this one I just ended up cropping a little bit differently because I didn't tell Imagine to do that. So for the most part, I was very happy with the edits. And again, because they're not my presets and not my editing, there's going to be a few tweaks that I'll do here and there. But overall, I was very pleased, and I can definitely see how this will ultimately save a lot of time later on with editing, especially when it's a full wedding gallery and you have so many images to edit because it's never ending, it seems like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm really excited to play around with all of these new fun things. And I hope you guys are excited as well. And thank you again, Alina, for giving me this opportunity. It's been very fun, and I'm really excited to